Check one, check two. Going live. We are going live. So nobody knows what Mozart sounded like. They just have a bunch of scribble on paper, and then people try to interpret it, right? That's what sheet music is. It's an interpretation, a direction to a musician to play a certain way, but it's impossible to know what that direction was from 400 years ago because there's no recordings. But I would say that this young man's interpretation of what it should, how Mozart should bounce is pretty accurate. So, hey, how you doing, man? How's everybody doing? Welcome to the program. I'll check that out later. We'll go back to that. Yeah, man. So what's going on in the world? There was a overnight shooting, actually yesterday around 5 p.m. Crazy guy kills 4 people, opens fire in Las Vegas, Nevada, the University of Las Vegas, UNLV shooting. Turns out it was a disgruntled worker, a disgruntled professor. He applied for a job, he didn't get it, and he came back and he shot everybody who said no. So seasonal, you got to be careful. I don't want to call it seasonal depression, but it's seasonal, in this case, violence, right? You know. And last night, the losers on the Republican ticket, we can call them losers at this point. I think Christie and even the grave Vivek Ramaswamy, Nikki Haley, and Ron DeSantis are the 4 losers in the Republican primary because very, very soon people are going to step to the polls and vote. And on that ticket, Donald Trump is like a 50, 60, 70 point, has a 60, 70 point lead over those guys. So why are they still on TV bad-mouthing and ripping each other? That's all it sounded like to me. It sounded like 4 people. They got some time on their hands. They want to get some free publicity. They like being on TV. They like talking. And there they are, just insulting and smashing and bashing each other. Who cares, you know? Trump was smart to stay away from that, really. We'll leave the bashing to when Trump and Biden get on the stage. Ron DeSantis' new attack for Trump is that Trump's too old. He's too old. We need a 2-term president, some young blood like me. I don't know if that flies because Trump doesn't have 2 more years. He has 1 more term. He already did a term. And he's got to go in there and taking a timely pause in between terms might be a good thing for Trump. You have term, see how it went, lose, sit back and have to wait it out again, and then get reelected and go in there and do all the things that you intended to do in the first place. But really, you're getting, you know what? If Trump gets elected, Trump is actually in existence for 12 years, right? Biden's whole administration will be engulfed by Trump, right? Trump first, Trump second, right? Trump before, Trump after. So I don't know. I think it's looking like Trump, unless again the cheat is in. We know that the total, you know, turning the criminal justice system into a kangaroo court to go after Trump, the orange monster who wants to eat your babies. He hates everybody. He hates Muslims. He hates Latinos. He hates kids. He hates you. He hates blacks. Meanwhile, he's winning in all those demographics. Right? And people, how many times has he insulted the people of Mexico, and they still love him, right? How many he did a public travel ban, right? Travel ban into the U.S. on Muslims, Muslim travel ban, and there's no real. I mean, look, the Arab world hates America because of their support of Israel and such, but essentially he didn't exacerbate the fire with even Muslims, right? And he's winning over kids. It looks like young people are breaking away from Democratic Party stranglehold. Blacks are making their way into the Republican Party. Latinos love Trump on law enforcement and stability and prosperity. The idea that people can get rich in America and be proud of it and not ashamed of it and prosecuted because of it. All right, give myself a hand for that. So anyway, and what else? Yeah. Oh, yeah, and also there's this article I want to talk about. The New York Post is fear-mongering over China. China has access to too many weapons, too many missiles and nuclear capability. And for that reason, we should be very, very afraid of them because they might attack us like the Japanese did in Pearl Harbor. And because they're so powerful, they might just win. This is ridiculous. This is not how empires crumble. Right? That's not how it works. One strong side doesn't just stand up and threaten the other side and blow it up. That's not how it happens. It's a slow deterioration. As the United States wanes, China is clearly waxing. In other words, we're going down as they go up, and that's been happening for 40 years. At some point, the table tilts. The power is clear who's in charge. Right? It's China. Right? China makes everything. China, they have equal but opposite military strength. But the fact is that has been happening for 50 years. Do we need to worry about China blowing us up? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. So we'll look at the article and talk about it. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Clayton Borghese is in the house. Vinny DiMartini on the wrench. Weevil Girl is here as well. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, champs. What's up? Chris Milk is here. Pathfinder 12 in the house. Les Grossman, the Jew. I'm sorry for singling you out. Your name is Jewish, Grossman. Grossman. That's not a slur, by the way. It's not anti-Semitic either. Is it anti-Semitic to point out somebody has a Jewish name? You can look at me and say, oh, he's got an Italian name. He must be in the mafia, right? Mark Conti, right? He's in the mob. All those Italians, they're all in the mafia. So there's my thumbnail today. Christie, just why is he still even there? Is anybody in their right mind even considering a Christie, pushing a button for Christie? Or, I don't know, a lot of conservative publications and cable outlets are favoring Nikki Haley. I don't know why. I can't listen to her. When I listen to her, she whines. Just like fucking the early Hillary Clinton. Now, Hillary Clinton had some skills. Towards the end of her campaign with Bernie Sanders, she was pretty savvy. She was actually her campaign against Obama. There was moments of clarity until she finally dropped out. But overall, she's just a disgusting human being, and incredibly self-centered. I just see Nikki Haley as kind of just up there whining. Why don't you pick a woman? It's just because you don't like me because I'm female. It's bullshit. Right? And the great Vivek Ramaswamy, I think the winner of all these debates, I think Ron DeSantis may go down a notch in popularity. He should have shut the hell up and stayed in Florida and did well. Nikki Haley, they put her on the map. Not very special. Christie went down. And I think the winner of the debates is really Vivek Ramaswamy. We're seeing him for the first time. He's insightful. He's funny. He's energetic. He's exciting. There's an excitement when you watch Vivek Ramaswamy kick it. Right? So that's what we'll talk about today. One of the things. And Mad Cow Mark in the house. Les Grossman has a sense of humor. It's okay to name the Jew. Name the Jew. That would be a fun try, right? A fun exercise. You line up 5 people, and one of them is a Jew, and the other 4 are not Jew, and it's like find the Jew in the crowd. Right? Can you do it? Or do they look? Does a Jew look that different than everybody else? You might ask. It's like there used to be a show called Wonderama when I was a kid, and they would find kids and then parents, right? And they would mix up 5 kids and mix up 5 parents, and then you had to put the parent with the kid, right? Whose kid is who, right? And it's hard to do, right? It's hard. Sometimes the kids can't even do it. Right? But anyway, man, find the Jew. Find the Jew. The Jew. The Jew. The Jew. The Jew, the Jew, the Jew, the Jew. I am a Jew. I'm a Jew. Jews get a lot of attention. Right? Jews get a lot of attention in this life because they're a unit, a tight unit. Right? They're like there's an underworld of Jews. Wherever you go, and you ask, "What are you? Where are you from?" They say, "Oh, I'm a Jew." I don't know. Where are you from? Are you? Oh yeah, I live in America. I'm an American, but I'm a Jew. It's just it's an interesting cult, if you know what I mean. So every morning at 9 a.m., if you're interested in these topics of philosophical, educational, whatever I was trying to say there, philosophical, educational topics. On our current events, things like, viruses and fucking bombings of sovereign nations and stupid debates with people that really don't deserve to be on a presidential stage. And good things too, like meditation and sometimes just the weather. If you like that, come on down every morning. 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday. Today is Thursday, so we'll opt for that. We'll be out of here at the end. So, looking at the markets right now, looking to go up. It looks like we're going to open significantly higher this morning. Don't know what the news is, but it's going up. Market's going up. Market's going up. So look at that at 9 o'clock when it opens. Let's start here. Grandfather sucker punched while pushing stroller in California neighborhood. Now, there's something, when you watch the video, you're going to see a man walk up to another guy wheeling a baby carriage, and he's going to just punch him for apparently no reason. But there's something suspicious about it. Let's watch together. See, the guy walks up, and he goes, bang, he knocks the guy unconscious. Terrible, terrible thing, right? But you got to ask yourself, what did this guy do? Why? First of all, why did he speed up and avoid the guy? Right? Bang. In the best scenario, I would have at least picked up the carriage, right? Because you don't want to hurt the kid. You want to hurt the guy. So here's a big guy, big brawly guy, and he punches the grandfather in the face and floors him. Right? Horrible, horrible thing, right? Why did he do it, right? It raises the Texas. He's still on the loose. They haven't found the guy. And in Nevada, of all places, there was a shooting last night in Nevada. Why? Why did the guy get punched in the face? The unsuspected grandfather was crossing an intersection at Calabasas when he was suddenly approached by a man wearing a baseball cap, a backward baseball cap, according to security footage of the random attack. Seconds later, without warning, the suspect can be seen quickly winding back his arm and punching the side of the grandfather's face. This happened at 5:45 p.m. Suspicious. I want to know what the grandfather did. It just looks like he was avoiding the guy. But very, 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 the baby in the carriage was 10 months old. The fucking kid got attacked. He didn't even know what happened. All of a sudden, he's laying on the side, right? Suspicious. There is suspicion there. This is a stupid thing to do to yourself, right? Self-mutilation, right? There's seasonal depression, and there's this phenomena in our current time, right, where humans, not all humans, but a lot of them, they don't like who they are. They look and they're not happy with what they see, right? What they feel, what they look like, how they act. So they make incredible moves to change it, like chopping off your genitals as one of them and installing new genitals. But this guy went a little even further. He wasn't trying to expand his genitals. He spent $175,000 to grow 6 inches, right? Painful surgery to grow 6 inches. Colombian man, $175,000 to undergo most painful surgery ever, because he's 5'8" and he wants to. He's looking to get over 6 feet. He's looking to gain 6 inches. He wants to be 6'2". Right? And the way he's going to do it What a crazy guy. What a young, good-looking dude, right? Look at the chick he's got. Look at a woman on his arm. Look at that arm candy. Why is this guy trying to fucking stretch his legs? The guy's going to be ruined after that. Right? You destroyed your legs. Right? Crazy. The excruciating intense surgery involves breaking a patient's bones, inserting a metal rod, and using an external device to slowly lengthen the gap multiple times a day. Ugh, what a psycho. What a psycho. So they're putting in something into the bone of your leg. And then there's got to be like a knob on the outside, like an Allen wrench, and you fucking turn it. Right? Like a quarter turn, like a guitar neck, and you do it every day for months, right? It's like braces, right? Braces move your teeth, but stretching your fucking legs, that is crazy. That's like putting a jack post in your legs, right? The skin can't help. So again, it just shows you why would you envision doing something like that to yourself? Look at this guy. This guy's like a bodybuilder. He's got chick on his arm. He's got no reason to do that. Right? Here he is in the fucking toilet, wherever he is, with his new shit installed in his legs. Look at this guy, man. Look at he's a internet star. Anyway, don't mutilate yourself, right? If you're troubled like that, right? Here's the solution. Here's Marcus Conte's solution. RX. What you do is, if you're thinking about extending your penis or your legs or chopping off something, like breasts, or blowing fucking liposuction garbage into your ass so it's bigger, stand in front of the mirror and say, "I love you." Just stand there and say, "I love you." You're just the way you are. I love you just the way you are. Right? Play Billy Joel's song, "I love you just the way you are," and be nice to yourself. Be nice to yourself. You don't have to. Nobody cares that you're 6'2" as opposed to 5'8". Some of the greatest people in the world are 5'8", and you already got the chick, so what's the point, right? What's the point? Look, you're 6'2", you're going to be towering over this girl. You're going to lose the girl. You're going to get 6 inches, but you're going to lose the girl. Anyway, so, here's the shooter. UNLV gunman ID'd as Anthony Polito. Anthony Polito. Looks like an Italian. Polito. Hey, Anthony Polito. What's up, man? Professor Polito. 67 years old, professor who failed to get a job at a school. It was said 4 people are dead right here in America. The man suspected of killing three during a daylight mass shooting at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, UNLV, on Wednesday, has been identified as a professor who failed to secure a job at the school. I was at UNLV once. I walked through it when I was over there covering the Bernie Sanders ripoff, primary in 2020. I had the chance to walk through UNLV. It's a nice place. It's in the desert. I mean, it's 108 degrees when you're walking around, right? You can barely walk. Is it the heat? Maybe. Polito, 67, had unsuccessfully applied to a professor position at UNLV before he unleashed his deadly rampage on Las Vegas campus just before noon. The outlet reported that Polito was armed with a handgun during the massacre and was killed following a shootout with two detectives. Now, they killed him. Shooting began around 11:45 a.m. on the 4th floor of Beam Hall. So it happened inside. Police found 3 people dead. Why? Here he is. Here's his photo. Do you see a killer? Do you see a murderer? Do you see... I see... he looks kind of like a werewolf to me. He has a bit of a werewolf look, like he's Eddie Munster from the... Remember the Munsters? There's Eddie Munster right there. It's got an evil dark side, right? So there's the police, of course, pointing their guns at everybody long after the fact that the guy already killed 3 people. Nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about it except have a gun of your own, right? There's here's the analogy, right? When you're mindful, right? When you follow the breath in meditation, you are right there all the time, right? You're always ready for something, right? You're ready, right? In a situation like this, if you have a gun on you, you are also always ready, right? It's the same scenario, right? Don't be caught, right, in an open carry place like that without your gun, right? Because this shit could happen, right? And if you had your gun, you may have been the hero instead of a fucking dead, corpse on the ground, right? So just checking this market thing. Yeah, market's going up. We're gonna open in 6 minutes. We'll have a look. So the guy's dead. There's really nothing more to report. Did he leave a manifesto? We don't know yet. We don't know why. They're probably ransacking his house right now and finding out why he did it. Why do people do it? What are you going to find out? I don't like the politics of our country, man. I think the country is going in the wrong direction, and someone has to speak up aggressively. Right? Some stupid thing like that. It's because the blacks and the immigrants and the Jews and the Italians and the whites, and they're all plotting against me. I'm here. I'm a werewolf. God damn it. There's no reason. Maybe that would be funny if he was a devout werewolf, right? Fucking, they go into his house and he's got like it looks like the Munsters. It looks like the mansion, the Munsters. He lives under the stairs. He doesn't even live in a bed. He lives in the basement. So we'll follow that story. So here's another one. Start here. Chinese Pearl Harbor style attack could end America's day as a superpower. Really? Really, New York Post? Are you kidding me? You're telling me, you're writing stories and publishing stories that this is a conspiracy theory, a theory that China, why? You're a customer. China doesn't kill customers. China enslaves you. They don't kill you. They never try to. They're not going to do that. They don't do it historically. They go around. Look what they did in Africa. They didn't go in there and bomb and pillage and rip off. Well, they ripped them off, but they didn't go in there violently into Africa. But they control so much of it. They control the Congo and all the mineral-rich nations in the center of Africa. Not by force, by negotiation. We'll give you this and you give us that. That's what the Chinese do. They don't. This is a ridiculous story, but this, I think it amplifies and puts a finger on American aggression. As Americans pause to reflect on Imperial Japan's brutal attack on Pearl Harbor 82 years ago, that's today, 82 years ago today, the U.S. military faces an even bigger threat coming from Asia. There's ample evidence that if China were to go to war against America, it would use the same strategy as Japan to try to achieve a quick and dirty victory. What fucking evidence? What are you talking about? Evidence. Right? During World War II, there was a lot of confusion. The Japanese weren't really on board with Hitler per se. Right? They weren't joining Hitler. They saw the power vacuum, the opportunity to. First, Japan went after China first. Right? They didn't go after the U.S. Their objective was clear. They wanted to take over Asia. They would have taken Korea, China, everybody in the area. All of Southeast Asia would have fallen into the pocket of Japan. They literally built and people don't know this, but they built a train from the coast of Vietnam all the way to fucking Beijing, I think. They got this long. The Japanese are very savvy, and they were way ahead of the takeover. But to say that China's plotting the same thing, I disagree. There's no evidence. The New York Post is reporting ample evidence. No evidence if we were to go to war, that China would hit us in a Pearl Harbor sneak attack. What's often called bolt from the blue attack. No way. The saddest part of this scenario is that Biden administration is well aware of it and has done almost nothing to reverse the threat. So this is a hit piece. I'm entertaining it. I know what it is. It's a hit piece on the Democratic Party for not being militarily stronger or strong with China. I bet if you look into the reason, there's definitely military-industrial complex money pouring into this particular reporter, Harry Kazianz's New York Post reporter. Let's continue. Back in the 1990s, China became obsessed with trying to neutralize U.S. military power in Asia. Did they really? That problem became more acute when America and China faced off in multiple crises. Look, the war with China, attention, conspiracy theorists. The war that China will wage against us has already begun. It is an economic war. They own everything. They own you. They make all your shit. All they have to do is stop it. And what are you going to do? They're going to fucking know. They have the other thing about China is that when push comes to shove, they have the same kind of military capabilities that we do. They could shoot down our satellites and cause no communication amongst people. All cell phones go dead because they knocked out the satellite. We would do the same to them, and they would do it to us. And there would be moments of, especially today where people connect online, there would literally be people roaming around the streets looking for somebody to talk to get some news about something, right? But that's the kind of war we're talking about. We're not talking about sneak attack, drop bombs on each other's heads. No, we're talking about lend the United States $10 trillion and then basically declare that you own them. That's what China does, right? It's not auspicious that Trump said verbally out in the open that we should that because of the pandemic, China owes us $10 trillion. Right? No. We owe China $10 trillion in debt. Right? So Trump savvily said, let's take that $10 million off the table because Trump declared a Cold War on China by doing that. First of all, if you do that, if you default on China's debt, all the money that they poured into this country and the treasuries that they own, if you just say, fuck you, you're not getting your money, it would bankrupt the United States because every other creditor would demand their money right away. So the only way around that is to declare war on China first and say, no, we didn't default. We had to defend ourselves. Right? That's what the United States will say. We had to defend ourselves from a very, very bad enemy. Right? But don't kid yourself. The war is already on between us and China. Let's look at the markets. And let's see what time it is. Yeah, we're open. There we go. Here we go. We're going up. Up. Let me get to this. So wow, holy smokes. So the Dow Jones Industrial Average is down, is up 80. NASDAQ up 113, S&P 500 up 24. What's pushing it up? Well, NVIDIA is up 3, Google up 6, Apple up $1.90, Amazon up 2, Meta up 3, formerly Facebook, Microsoft up 80 cents, Tesla up $2, Rivian doing really well today. Rivian was way up yesterday. There's some good news on Rivian at $18.70 a share. Something about, I don't know, I didn't even read the article, but it looks like the investors like it. The thing with Rivian is that they still they're losing money. Every car that Rivian makes that they sell for $70,000, it costs them like $150,000 to make it. I don't know if it's that much, but it costs more to make the car than they can get for the car. And you say, well, that's a stupid business plan. Oh, it is initially. It is for the long term. Initially, it's a good idea because it allows Rivian to figure out how they're going to make these cars cheaper. And they're using, Wall Street money to do it. They're using, so once Rivian cracks that mystery of how to make money on their cars, how to make shit cheaper, it's gonna soar. I think. How's Bitcoin doing? Oh my God, Bitcoin down $700 today. Bitcoin down 700. Attention, Bitcoin down $700 today. What else? The war stocks: Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Boeing. Boeing up 87 cents. Lockheed Martin, Raytheon flat. Holy vaccine stocks: Moderna down 87 cents. Johnson & Johnson down 82 cents. Pfizer down 2 cents. So a quick look. It looks like the markets are robust right now, strong. NASDAQ is up 127. Dow up 85. S&P 500 up 24. Well, let's watch the debate. Let's watch the debate.
And except for your little speech in the beginning, we've had these three acting as if the race is between the four of us. The fifth guy.
This guy's a jackass, really. He's such a loser. He's got nothing else to do. He's fat. He's from New Jersey. New Jersey hated him. New Jersey hated Chris Christie. You remember the bridge episode? And he was just a horrible governor, right? Nobody likes him. Nobody's going to vote for him. He's throwing Trump under the bus every chance he gets. Fuck you. Go away.
Who doesn't have the guts to show up and stand here. He's the one who, as you just put it, is way ahead in the polls. And yet I've got these three guys who are all seemingly to compete with, Voldemort. He
sounds like a fat guy, right? He sounds like he's struggling to breathe. His heart is working triple overtime. Look at how fat you are. Why don't you lose some weight before you run for president?
You shall not be named. They don't want to talk about it.
You seem to be saying Donald Trump is no longer mentally fit to be president. Is that what you think?
Look, he is showing Father Time is undefeated. The idea that we're going to put someone up there that's almost 80 and there's going to be no effects from that, we all know that that's not true.
So there's DeSantis. There's Chris Christie saying Trump doesn't have the guts. There's Ron DeSantis saying he's too old. He's going to be 80.
And so we have an opportunity to do a next generation of leaders and really be able to move this country forward. We also need a president that can serve 2 terms. I don't think Donald Trump. I think he's going to have. I don't think he.
Well, why do we need a president that's needs to serve 2 terms? He already did. He served a term, and then you had a jackass in there, Joe Biden, sleepy Joe Biden, and then Trump returns to clean up.
Be able to get elected.
That's 2 terms.
The Democrats want him to be the nominee. We see that. They are going to turn the screws the minute if he got the nomination.
See, Ron DeSantis is actually stupid because if Trump gets in, Ron DeSantis would be on deck. If not already the vice presidential pick. Right? I don't know if Trump's going to pick any of these guys. Definitely not going to pick Chris Christie, right? Because Chris Christie doesn't have talent. But this guy does. I think Ron DeSantis has talent.
Do you think he's mentally fit?
Why doesn't he just answer the question? The question was very direct.
Listen to the tone. Why are we listening to Fat Boy? Right? Why are we? None of these people are going to be president. None of them.
Is he fit to be president or isn't he? The rest of the speech is interesting, but completely non-responsive. Is he fit?
You have your thing.
Is he fit or isn't he? No, I don't have my thing. He's the thing. Is he fit or isn't he? You're talking about him being 80 years old.
It doesn't mean that somebody couldn't get elected.
He's got, look how many necks Chris Christie has. His neck is hanging below his fucking shirt. He's not going to live long. Right? You don't live long. Fat people like that don't live long. They either choke on a ham sandwich or they fucking cholesterol clogs their brain and you find them dead. Ron. Hey, Ron, answer the question, Ron.
She's been very weak on China. Now, here's the problem. The rhetoric is different, but her donors, these Wall Street liberal donors, they make money in China. They are...
The Wall Street liberal donors? Come on, Ron. Half of Florida is all fucking Wall Street. Wall Street moved to Florida. You're in the pocket with Wall Street. You all are, right? It's inescapable.
Not going to let her be tough on China, and she will cave to the donors. She will not stand up for you.
15 seconds, Ambassador.
First of all, he's mad because those Wall Street donors used to support him and now they support me.
I mean, Nick, if you can't tell the difference between where Israel is and the U.S. is on a map, I can have my 3-year-old son show you the difference.
He has insulted Nikki Haley's basic intelligence.
So what? So what? You're doing that, fatso. They're all sitting up there insulting each other. So what? Stop doing it, right? You don't get to point out someone's insult with an insult. Right? That's the whole tone here.
Not her positions, her basic intelligence. She doesn't know regions. She wouldn't be able to find something on a map that his 3-year-old could find. Look, if you want to disagree on issues, that's fine. And Nikki and I disagree on some issues. What we don't disagree on is this is a smart, accomplished woman, and you should stop insulting her.
At the first debate, she said that only a woman can get this job done. That's what she said. After the third debate, when I criticized Ronna McDaniel after 5 failed years of leadership of this party, and criticized Nikki for her corrupt foreign dealings as a military contractor, she said that I have a woman problem. Nikki, I don't have a woman problem. You have a corruption problem. And I think that that's what people need to know. Nikki is corrupt.
Governor Haley, would you like to respond?
No. It's not worth my time to respond.
She's so important, it's not worth her time. So that's the Republican fucking stupidity going on over there. And so that's all I got today. Market is holding. It looks like it's might be retracting at the moment. We'll see. We're going up. So I'll see you guys. Thank you for joining me. What's this kid? Let's go back to this. Back to this kid playing piano.
Most people have no clue that in 2023, the best way to make money on Amazon is not with physical.
Oh. So we heard that one. Let's hear the sister. The sister's going to play. Here she goes. Mozart. A little older girl playing. I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. It's snowing here in northeast Pennsylvania right now. It's cold. And I'm going to go out and make some snowballs. Maybe a snowman. I'll see you guys. Peace. Marcus Conte reporting.